Greetings. Since the beginning, those who would become known as gods, and those following them who came into the community and the culture, they've all prized one thing in particular. And this isn't really something that's a rule or a defining aspect of goth culture itself. It's not something that is to be enforced. It is simply something that's there, a general consensus that has always been prevalent within the goth culture. And that aspect is the sense of individuality that the goth culture can lend to those who are a part of it. This is something that's very important because a lot of how we formulate the concept in our minds of who we are is based on how much of an individual we are within our culture. And that is why I wouldn't say I'm upset by it, but I'm disgruntled. I'm disgruntled by all the videos I see of looks, essentially makeup looks, that are based upon specific people. If someone does a Susie Sue look, if someone does a It's Black Friday look, or something like that, whenever I see something, a video that is along those lines, I kind of default to assuming that that person is just looking for any kind of material for their YouTube channel. They might be kind of a little out of ideas, looking for something to do, and so they kind of default for it so it can fill in for a time when they don't have other videos of perhaps more importance. And I default to that because it allows me to not become actually angry about them. Because when you do a video like that, you are essentially taking away the individuality of that person that uses those very sometimes specific styling, especially in the case of Susie Sue, less so perhaps in the case of It's Black Friday. She's more of a well, I don't mean this in a negative way, but she's more of a typical goth look. There's not much that she does specifically to set herself apart from other goths. But in the goth culture, imitation is the sincerest form of insult. It's not flattery, because when you imitate somebody else's look, you are negating their individuality. Because we are so artistically inclined, whether that be with music, with drawing, with painting, singing, all of those artistic endeavors, plagiarism's a pretty serious topic. And it's not so much within our culture that you are taking away from them financially in some way, or lowering the economic value of their look, but there is a sort of economy of social clout within the goth culture. And when you are taking looks from somebody else in such a direct manner, where it's intentionally made to look like that other person, you are devaluing the economic strength of their individual look. So my request is that we do away with those videos. We stop making them. And that's a little easier for me to ask than for some others. I don't have any videos like that. There's nothing that I'm giving up because I don't do that in the first place. So yeah, easier for you to ask, Nephilim. But it's just a request. Think about this a bit. Let it kind of roll around in your brain. Talk to other goths about it. See what they feel. If they think that, as I do, imitation is the most sincere form of insult, or perhaps they will feel differently. And I would like to see a movement in the direction of individuality. It's important to me, and I believe it is something that should be important to all goths. So, consider. Thank you.